Oh, I just about forgot to record this. In order to get this plastic and tank off, it's pretty straightforward. We just got to take those bolts out. You got to finagle with the front corners of this plastic here to unclip it from this plastic. Keep that in mind, don't just start yanking on it. And remove the gas lid too, which you'll probably be able to figure out on your own. Alright, now, I always forget how you gotta release these things. There she goes! Alright, here are these clips I'm talking about. You gotta reach under there, like I was doing, and push the tab like this. And then the corner pops up, and then you're able to slide it out. And probably definitely not the first time somebody didn't know how to remove it and was just ramming screwdrivers in there. No judgment though, I've done it. Except I learned on that unit over there, I just about broke it. Forgot, now we gotta remove the gas line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and remove the gas line off of the fuel tank there, and then we'll be able to bring that fuel tank right out. Actually, this fuel filter you're most likely not going to have because this one goes from the pump to the carburetor. I threw mine in there because my pump was really gunky. This is the fuel filter you're going to have, and it comes from the tank to the fuel pump. I'm just going to go ahead and remove my hose from right here. Then my tank will slide right out. Now I just got to remove a bunch of 8 mils, I believe. I kind of slightly forgot that we're going to have to time this baby once we get that new cam in. And in order to do that, I need to get the flywheel cover off to access some crankshaft timing marks. So this almost looks like an inspection port for the timing marks. I'm going to go ahead and pop this bolt out and see. That's exactly what it is. Alright, well after like 20 minutes I finally found it. It's going to be real tough to be able to show you on camera here, but there, can you see that little line scribed into the flywheel there? That's supposed to be a T. And we're actually looking at the top of the T right now, so it'll be upside down. Threads that this window bolt screws into, see how they go into a point there? That's intended to be your stationary arrow, and the T on the flywheel is telling you when you've hit top dead center, and right now that pointer is like smack dab on the center of that T. So that's what you'll be looking for. It's right on the very top rim of the flywheel. You'll be looking for an upside down T. And once I found that, I noticed that my 2 dots on the camshaft here aren't actually quite fully on the top. It's intended that these 2 dots be at the very top.
But if you look at that, just look at that for a second, don't those
dots look like they're just a hair to the left? You know, they're not matching up to the plane of the head quite perfectly. What should my next step be? I think I gotta remove that cam chain tensioner. Well, that appears to be an automatic chain tensioner. It's got a little locking deal right here. If you press it, you can push this in. Release that, and as the cam chain wears over time, it just starts ratcheting out until you've reached the end of your extension. which it definitely didn't, because when I pulled it out of there I heard this thing ratchet a good 3 or 4 times yet, so there's still quite a bit of travel left. Now if I had to guess, I got to remove this bolt so that this plunger stays all the way in when I go to install it, and then once it's installed, tighten this bolt back up and it pushes the plunger back out. We'll have to see when we get there. Now we should have a floppy cam chain. Oh yeah. Alrighty, now we got to remove the 4 bolts holding the rocker arms on. There, and there's 2 back here. There it is. There it is. Got her. Looks like I got to take this cover off here, right on the side of the head or whatever. And in order to be able to do that with semi-ease, I'm going to have to remove this whole shifter deal. There. Oh, the little wee baby thermostat back there. I guess the thermostat housing just bolts right on up there and squeezes against that O-ring around the thermostat. Pretty much the same way it works in a car too, I guess. Well, hopefully it don't leak too much coolant here. I'll have to go get a catch bucket. Just still trying to gurgle out of there. Yeah, I don't know. Unless it comes out this side. Oh, that's what it does, yeah. The cam sprocket holds it on. Okay, I think. Alright, now that shifter. There it is. Now we can see how loose that timing chain is. One. There, way better. There we go. There, yes. Oh, oh, oh. She's off, she's off. Okay. That sprocket and chain cannot fall into the engine, or this project just got really big. Right, got some wire here. I'm gonna see if I can wire this sprocket to the housing here. Ooh, come on. Stupid thing. Never mind, we're still removing this bolt, and it's still just fighting every inch. Oh, baby, don't fucking drop that. Oh. Just about dropped the bolt into the engine. Gone, well, not forever, because then I'll just have to tear the whole engine apart. But there, that won't go nowhere. Okay, now our camshaft should come right out, no problems. Well, first the little decompressor rod's gonna come out. Now the cam. Come on, baby. There she comes. Come on, baby. Oh, friggin' oil cap's in the way now. Maybe that'll be good. Come on, baby, let's go. There, yay, you got it! Woohoo! Alright, now here's my camshaft. There's the exhaust lobe right in the middle, as you can see. Looks pretty mangled. It's got a very big time ridge right there. You can feel it. If we just compare it to the intake lobe there, you can see just how much is actually worn off. And unfortunately, so is the rocker. Can you see all those wear marks there? Like, that's bad. I can feel it, easily feel it. Next day I finally found my camshaft. I spent like half the day looking for it yesterday. Okay, there's the exhaust lobe on the old one, and there's the exhaust lobe on the new one. I wonder if these are like oil ports or something. They gotta be. And there's way more of them on the new one. Maybe that'll help it not wear out so bad. I don't know. Here's our new exhaust rocker. Kind of a direct comparison there. Now, as I've probably titled it in the video, I bought Nietzsche, or however you pronounce it, hardware for this thing. So this is what you'll get from a Nietzsche rocker. This is what you'll get from a Nietzsche camshaft. I don't know. I'm no machinist, but it looks pretty good to me. But there's a lot more factors than just how it looks. Of course, you gotta determine how the steel is hardened and whatever. Although there was some dude, one of the reviews for this camshaft, said he's got, I don't know, somehow or another he could test the hardness of steel or whatever, and said that this stuff is hardened on the lobes like it should be and not hardened on the places it doesn't need to be hardened. So he said it's pretty impressive quality for how cheap they are. There's little things like you can see there's a nick right here. Now some of that may have been from me. This thing's been sitting around for a while. Although this I really don't think would have been my fault. Little nick there. Like, I can definitely feel it. But you know what? That's not even the main, pretty well not even the main contact area for the lobes. So just an old beater Polaris. It's not no race quad. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these right up. That's like one thing that I'm kind of iffy about is the packaging. Of course, I don't have the packaging, but this camshaft was like wrapped up in this plastic and sitting in a box. I kid you not. Like no protective foam or nothing. Not that I'm complaining, it's a cheap camshaft. What do you expect? So honestly, I'm surprised it's in as awesome of shape as it is. I'm not gonna judge, I'm just gonna put the thing in and see if it works or not. Well, it's gonna work, but how long will it work is the question. Hopefully there ain't too much dust all up in my engine. That's okay. Probably be changing the oil pretty soon anyway before winter. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn my sprocket one tooth over on the chain because it was not, those two dots weren't quite at the top when my crank was in the proper positions. So here we go, I guess. It feels like it's way too tight. Alright, I've decided to take that cam back out and put it over there in the vise and just go ahead and sand down those journals or whatever the cam rides in the bearing. Just give it a quick little sand with some 240 grit emery cloth. There we go, oiled up again. Let's see if it works this time. stupid decompressor popped out again. Well, the cam feels quite a bit better. It's still hanging up a little bit, but I can make a full revolution now. Yeah, I think I'll call that good. Alright, let's line this puppy up here. Alright, now to line up the cam to this sprocket. Basically we just got to turn the cam until our peg on the end of the cam lines up with this notch in the sprocket here. We're just about there. The gear won't fit right now because the wire's in there. Sorry you guys can't see nothing right now. There it is. Before I do anything, I'm going to turn the engine over and make sure that it's still in time here. Alright, now I'm going to loosen this top bolt and see if that allows my adjuster to stay in. Oh, it's tight. Alright, I cracked her loose on the vise. But anyways, yep, we got this bolt that goes in the top with a big spring. That's what keeps tension on this plunger here. So now I just got to release this little locking tab. Our plunger goes in and stays in. And then we just pop it in there, and when it's all tightened and battened down, just put our bolt with our spring here and it'll start putting necessary tension on the chain there. Oh yeah, okay, so there's a... Oh, okay. If you look on here, you see how the area between this hole and the centerpiece is larger than on this side? Well, it's the exact same on the engine box, so just match those things up. There we go. There we go. Tighten the chain. Yeah, nice and tight. Now we'll triple check the timing. Well, no pistons bashed any valves. Okay, there we go. Right on the money. I'm just going to crank it over for a bit here and see if I can get some oil to squirt out of it or something. Perfect. We've got oil. Alright, let's see if I can get that orange crap off of there. Awesome. Time to slap that cover and stuff back on. Oh, guess we got to put the other rocker on first. Oh shoot. Better get that hooked up and topped off so it can kind of bleed itself as I put the rest of this thing back together. Whew, she's getting hot in the old shop now. Hurry up and get this engine back together so I can turn some fans on. We'll see how much it needs. Oh, it didn't need that much. go.
That'll be good.
Alright, now it's time to adjust the valves. Except I have to stop the video and do some research because I forget what the valve clearance is supposed to be. This one right here only goes down to 9/1000ths of an inch. So we're just going to have to rock that. Holy. Those were super extremely tight. Perfect. Those are going to be some loose valves. That's okay, I don't mind a little tick. Once that cam's all broken in and stuff, I'll have to readjust the valves anyways, so. Okay, perfect. Yep, those are going to have a little tick to them. Okay, now the bottom ones. They got little wee tiny square heads on them. Like what? What am I supposed to tighten that down with? Pliers? Well, I guess that wasn't that bad. Just right. Now we're going to just do a couple of gentle pulls on the pull rope here and just make sure pistons don't bash valves. Nope. Alrighty, that officially means I'm going to slap the spark plug back in and see if it runs. My spark plug is super sooty, so maybe I'll clean that up first. About 0.35. Okay, I think we're good to start. Well, she runs. Well, the decompressor seems to be working properly. You can hear it's just trying to kick in right there. That's about roughly the exact RPM that the old cam's decompressor would start kicking in, so right on. Oh baby! Woo, just revs now. Cool, let's get that cover back on so I don't drain every last drop of oil out of it. Hopefully that's getting in the bucket. Oh, it is not. It's missing. Engine's back together. No, a bunch of other stuff, because we'll start with this shifter. Aha! Take it off again! Frick! Only missing one screw for that. Didn't come with it, so. But I gotta put something else there first. Oh, it's acting weird in a whole different way now. As you can see with the drastic change of the type of precipitation we get, it is quite some time later. Now right when I fixed it there on that last clip where I'm driving it out of the shop there at night, you couldn't really tell in the video, but it was acting weird in a whole different way. The cutting out and absolutely refusing to rev up problem was solved, but now it was like just chugging really bad at low throttle and just felt really doggy, and it just didn't seem to have the power that it should have. And there was a lot of other stuff that I wanted to try doing. Unfortunately, I never recorded any of that because I was just, I don't know, being a lazy YouTuber, I guess. But anyways, I just wanted to update you. That problem is fixed. And this is the final product, man. She just goes like no tomorrow now. I'm gonna make another update video on how this thing is doing and explain to you every single little thing I've done to this quad to get it to run as good as I have. But regardless, I just had to add this part to the end of the video. The camshaft definitely fixed the camshaft problem, but unfortunately, after fixing that, it uncovered other problems. That's what you get when you buy a cheap old quad that wasn't really loved for a while. Anyways, if you made her to the end of the video, you are a champ, and thank you for watching, and have a very happy and blessed day. Aw, is she sleeping? Hmm? You were sleeping. Gato. Just kidding. Why the hell can't you just not be tight? Gotta be just jerky movements all the time. Frustrating. Oh, 10. There goes my perfect camera angle here. There we go. I seriously thought at this point, for some reason I thought at this point I'd be able to raise the camshaft out now, but it looks like I gotta do a little more than that. Okay, well, let's just get going. Cigarette first. Do you want to go have dinner too? Hmm? Too dang sick of being in here. She's in here all morning. Hey, you want to go have dinner? Well, it's the next day. Oh my gosh, I'm such a I'm such a dork, seriously. Now the spring is gone. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Where did that spring go? There it is, yes. Okay, well, we're gonna have to clean the living poop out of that. I gotta turn this music down.